So I saw this like meme on Facebook, and it was shared by someone who I know is well schooled, and so that's why I think that I really have to address this, because if people like that are resharing this sort of thing on Facebook, I can only imagine how many people are actually getting tricked by this who haven't gone to school and don't know a lot about how the body works. This little meme is actually alleging that masks are dangerous to wear, and that if you wear them, you're more likely to get viruses and diseases and even just die because of lack of oxygen. This is insane. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how our body makes us not die so that this sort of thing won't trick you anymore, or so that you can share it with somebody who it has tricked, okay? So the first thing it says on here is decreases oxygen intake. Breathing through a mask decreases the amount of oxygen we need to live and be healthy, increases blood acidity, and makes breathing difficult. This is not how breathing works. You don't just like have it be harder to breathe a little bit and then all of a sudden your blood pH starts to change. Okay. It might in a moment, but your body fixes it very, very, very quickly. So our blood pH is supposed to be between 7.32 and 7.42. And if you hold your breath for a minute, you can do this right now. You hold your breath, you start to get that feeling like time to breathe now. Same thing like when you're underwater, it's like you gotta come up. That feeling is a tiny, tiny, tiny little change in your blood pH, and your body's picking that up in several different areas in the body. You have some carotid bodies, you have an aortic bodies, these little cells that measure your blood pH, and you even have some chemoreceptors in the medulla, so in your brain, and it's sensing the oxygen constantly, and if it changes just a little bit, it's going to change the regulation of your breathing. If you're breathing too quickly, you've had that feeling before, and you start breathing in and out and you hyperventilate, that's when your blood is actually getting too basic. And then your body's going to like tell your body, stop breathing, stop breathing. And this whole regulation is so finely tuned, you can't change your blood pH. It's the same reason that alkaline water can't change your blood pH, because your pH is your pH. It stays between there. And you'd have to have a serious disease that's like, you know, probably going to kill you very quickly if you're going to have your blood pH off. So you're not changing your blood pH, and that's just an absolutely ridiculous claim. The fact that if your breathing gets a little bit harder, you'll just breathe more frequently. That's the same way it's regulated. That's why, you know, if you're up in the mountains, you breathe a little bit more, okay? Because the air is thinner. So this is very frustrating. This is very frustrating to see educated people post this is frustrating. So bear with me. Increases toxin inhalation. Toxins that we normally exhale as we breathe become trapped in the mask and re-inhaled into the lungs. Okay. Now, I'm going to skip ahead because I want to come back to this one. In a moment, that one was number 2. They say in number 5, virologists measure COVID-19 to be 80 to 114 nanometers in size, which that's actually true, making the weave material masks to be equivalent to a chain link fence to a mosquito. That's not true. So they're saying that toxins are getting trapped in the mask and then you're rebreathing them, but they're also saying, but the viruses are just passing right through. So it's like this, it's like a mosquito in a chain link fence on the way in, but for the other toxins you're trying to breathe out, it gets trapped and then they come back in. Like based on this, it's like a one-way mechanism that just draws toxins into your body. It's absolutely insane. So no, it's not full of toxins. You are supposed to change it every once in a while, so you're not like, just like changing your shirt. You know, you don't want to wear a shirt that's dirty and gross. You don't want to have a mask that's dirty and gross either. So if you have one that's homemade, you're going to want to wash it. if you have something, some of those surgical masks that that are just kind of disposable, you just want to replace those every once in a while. Okay, shuts down the immune system. I can't even say it without laughing. Shuts down the immune system, decreases oxygen intake, increases carbon dioxide and toxin intake, putting body under stress, releasing cortisol, and shutting down immune system process. This is like even... I wish this wasn't real. This is almost like like if you saw this and you were like in school, like you would think that this is a joke, but somebody really posted this. So that is just so insane. Again, just the same thing we talked about. Increases your carbon dioxide intake. They're saying that the COVID-19, remember, they said it's just flowing right through, right? And that was 80 to 140 nanometers. Carbon dioxide molecules that they're saying are getting trapped and then rebreathed to a point at which it's like killing you. You know how big those are? 116.3 picometers. 1,000th the size of the COVID-19. Like, so this is insane. I just can't believe how bad the science is in this thing. Let's see, where were we? Increases virus risk. Encourages triggering an infection from dormant retroviruses already in the body, taking advantage of weakened immune system due to mask wearing. So again, COVID-19 passing straight through easily into your body, but viruses that are in you that you're trying to shed are trying to go out, but getting trapped in the mask and then getting rebreathed, and right? To relapse into a virus you've already had, you have to be at like a really, really low point, like not had like any sleep for days, or you know, maybe you're coming off another sickness or something like that. But again, the fact that the mask can catch some viruses that are leaving your body, that's actually a good thing. That's how it protects people from spreading the virus. And it's not 100%. It's blocking some of the little moisture particles that you're spitting out, like the aerosols. That's what it's stopping. And again, this is just so ridiculous. It's like a steel cage trapping everything on the way out, but then it's just like, everything's just like a one-way valve on the way in. This is insane. Number 6, effectiveness not studied. It says, absolutely no peer-reviewed studies have been carried out of mask effectiveness within a social environment to control, prevent, or eliminate spread of disease. Okay, so what they're probably talking about is they don't have studies where people are wearing masks versus not wearing masks and then like purposely trying to infect people and spread diseases. Although they do have data that shows if everyone's wearing masks, it does decrease the transmission. And the masks are studied. This is something that you can. I watched an entire TED Talk on this. It was actually pretty interesting. The study of droplets and aerosols is still not very well understood, but we do know that if you do wear a mask, that barrier is going to catch some of those aerosols and particles, and that's the whole thing. Whatever you have already. Your body does shed it, and you're trying to keep it from going to other people and infecting them. So that's the biggest part of the mask, is it does a little protection for you. It's good to have it on you anyway, but then it also protects other people to a pretty decent degree, actually. And you don't have to have a great mask, although surgical masks are better than the homemade masks. But whichever one is going to make you wear it, that's the one you should wear, because as long as you're wearing one, you're doing your part. And don't share fake junk science. If you see somebody posting this, send them this video, give them a little science, and just stay safe out there, guys. All right. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. If you want to see more content from this channel, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.